Dun, dun, dun. Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Fags. What was the New Day doing? Seriously, you guys saw these guys on SmackDown, but they were dressed as the Brood. If you don't know who the Brood is, they were from the Attitude Era. The leader was Gangrel, and his two sideys, it was Edge and Christian. By the way, happy Halloween. Hope you guys are getting all that candy, all those Snickers, Butterfingers, Laffy Taffy. This was making me laugh. For a second there, when the music started playing, I really thought it was going to be these three to come on. I mean, we know he wouldn't wrestle. He's in retirement. He's got those back issues. But Gangrel, believe it or not, this guy's still wrestling. Christian, I'm sure he has that ability. But again, this one right here, this is actually Gangrel in the works. And we're going to go over some of my favorite, like, scariest customs, as well as top Mattel figures, because Mattel has put out some great stuff. This Gangrel right here, this is the shirt, Rouse Figures clothing. I did go with Triple H from the waist down. I do still have to acetone the inside of that, the kick pads. I believe this came with one of the members from LOD, and this is just repainted right there. This is the best Gangrel head scan. This one is extremely rare to find. I mean, if you look it up, I think either it was Jax or the Bone Crunching that put this out, but it's really, really hard to find this one. There's another one, but I don't know, it looks kind of cartoonish, but hands down, this is my favorite one. Now, got some great news. This one right here, Big V, this is actually a possibility that we might get, because we are going to be getting King Mabel here this upcoming year in 2019. It is the same character. It's the same person, just in a different character. This guy was, dude, I mean, over 500 plus pounds. The parts, I'm sure some of you this was like early stages in the WHF channel. So if you're new to it, first of all, hit that sub button, man. This is what we're doing. This was actually, it was probably within the second or third month when I first started doing videos, but the whole formula on this, fairly simple. You could use Kamala. Kamala is one of the biggest figures that we've gotten in the line, and I think it fits well. The tattoo detail right there, it's all there, man. I mean, this is all hand painted right there on the chest, arms, head scan. Another one that's extremely rare. Like, we've gotten one that's got kind of like a mohawk, but the one with the hair back like this, yeah, it's really hard to find. Still really in love with this. And again, Rouse Figures clothing, when it comes to like any legends or just figure clothing in general, they seem to do a pretty good job. Right here, AJ Styles, this is based off Wrestle Kingdom, when he took on Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't think he was really trying to go for scary, but I think that look right there with that mask that he wore during his entrance, really loved it, you guys. This is sick. This is Bullet Club, of course, inspired, as you can see right there on the side. BEW did make this. On the back right there, you can see that he went and added all the little extra things. Such an awesome figure. This does have a mixture of actually Mattel figures. This is the jacket with, I think it was either Elite Series, I'm pretty sure it was Elite Series 51, and then from the waist down, this was the Toys R Us exclusive with all the decals just acetoned off. I did do the actual paint. These are not decals. So it was a combination of me and BEW bringing it all together. Suicide right here. This is TJP from it was TNA days. Again, another character, really wasn't that like scary, but the overall look of him, he liked to play around a lot, but it was like his overall look. This was one of the second to third custom that I had actually attempted to put through. Again, another one, no decals. Some do have decals, but for the most part, none of these require decals. Still, one of my favorite TNA custom figures in the collection for sure. Since we were talking about TNA, I said we get into Abyss. Abyss, this guy was definitely scary. And it's cool because we did get that recent playset from Ringside Collectibles that came with his bat. That bat right there, I should have got it prepped for the video, but it just suits it together. This one, I think this was, it was Hulk Hogan, and I know he's not ripped as Hulk Hogan, but when you add the shirt, you really don't have to worry about what torso you have underneath there, because the shirt also did come with the same figure that came with the head scan. Again, two different Abyss head scans. This is the one from Toy Biz, and the other one was, I think, Jax, the one that Jax. But the Jax one, when I first made Abyss, I did originally use that one, but that one was just huge. There's all the tattoos on the bicep right there, on the inside of the forearm, as well as on the left shoulder. Now, Mil Muertes. Mil Muertes, I almost have to do these guys together. Some of the best feuds in Lucha Underground were these two guys, dude. Abyss, dude. One of the most agile big dudes in the game. Not just like in Lucha Underground, but in general. I hope that these guys eventually get signed at some point in time. Mil Muertes, this one, was the I think fourth, fifth one that I actually went ahead and actually I sculpted the mask on both right here on Mil Muertes and Matanza. The tattoos again all hand painted. This thing that you're seeing right here on Matanza, this came off that Daniel Bryan, the one that was from Elite. I think it was Elite Series 32, the one that was based off like when he did the wide run. Since we are talking about Wyatt family, dude. I think the Wyatt family in general, dude, they well, especially these two, when they reinvented themselves right here, the Bludgeon Brothers. But even when they debuted it, look, Braun Strowman has always been scary, but when he came out that time and I think it was Dean Ambrose and who else was it? Drop it in the comment section. I know he came and just completely wrecked everybody. I think Roman Reigns was also in the ring, but that was creepy, dude, with that mask, that sheep mask. Something about that sheep mask. And of course, eventually these two, they reinvented the mask. They ended up putting like tubes, like feeding tubes. It was nuts. But Braun Strowman still pretty scary to this day, but I think it's more of his debut. Now, he's more intimidating more than anything. Bray Wyatt, I can't believe I forgot Bray Wyatt in the action figure setup or just any of the recent Halloween videos. This guy has always given me the craze. I love going to the shows. I think when he makes his entrance, I think he has one of the best entrances for sure. Again, if you didn't see these Bludgeon Brothers, the full-on review, it's all on the channel. Really awesome figures. We are getting them by Mattel here. I think those were for me, the highly most anticipated figures for 2019. Pentagon Jr., love Pentagon Jr., dude. Well, another great Lucha Underground superstar. This has a combination of different mixes, man. Like right here, the shirt, this one off eBay, pretty sure. I did customize this right here, a little fabric piece to add that on. I do have to do like a little robe around it. I think that's good. I have it underneath the shirt, and I should have put the shirt underneath that band to make it like more authentic as to how he actually wears it. But as far as the overall formula in this, again, most of these are on the channel. Some of them may be new to the channel right now that you're seeing, but this was Road Dogg. These are the only pants that we've gotten Road Dogg. I'm so glad we got that the most recent Target exclusive, because this one, Road Dogg, prior to him being re-released again, extremely rare. I mean, $40. Actually, just from the waist down was $40 to make this custom. Excuse me. There's all the tattoos. Right there, there's the dragon on his shoulder, but the mask, believe it or not, this one, another one that I went ahead and sculpted myself. I was so happy. This one, I think this was a redo at least 6, maybe 8 times to finally get it to the way that you're seeing it right now. It just required a lot of work just because of the whole symmetric, like on the right and left eye to get that right. It's difficult. And this is kind of very similar to what you're seeing this Rey Mysterio. This is based on Dia de los Muertos, which is like Halloween in Mexico. This one, another great Rey Mysterio figure. This one just, representing the day of today. It's what we're talking about. Come on, Hero Figs. Now, right here, Finn Balor. I don't know if any like WWE Mattel figure or any attire in general that he's worn in WWE will fit this bill, at least on this video. I mean, they are scary, but not quite how he did it back in like when he was in NJPW or doing any indie wrestling. This one right here did come from BEW, the whole piece, dude. This is still my favorite Prince Devitt in the collection. Hannibal right here, I had to do it. I think when and believe it or not, again, if you're not familiar with this match, it was, I believe it was non-televised. He actually wrestled like that with this jacket right here, that his hands were tied throughout the match, and it's easy. I mean, if there's any superstar in the world, I'm not gonna say WWE, that could execute that kind of match, it's Balor. I mean, the man loves his kicks. He really doesn't need his arms, so still so happy with that one. Really simple. I mean, it's just mainly getting parts from Mouse Figures clothing and Barbie. Yeah, Barbie doll. Right here, here's Carnage right here, another Wrestle Kingdom attire. A big Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man's my dude. I mean, when you say Hero Figs, who is your favorite superhero of all time? It is Spider-Man. So, seeing him dressed as one of the villains, and I know originally he wasn't going for that, but eventually it did evolve into that. Let's put him aside over here before the demons take over. And right here, we have Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger again, another one that's not fantasy. I know it looks fantasy, but I want to see this again. I think that would be awesome. I mean, now that he's doing the face paint again, would love to see him and also Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss has also done something similar. She didn't go crazy with it, like how you're seeing it with the face paint, but the attire. She also did Chucky. So I think, yeah, and it's not that they can't do it because of copyrights, because I mean, Rey Mysterio has done it for like Batman, for Joker, a whole bunch of different characters. This Kane right here, this one did come from what was it? Beast Nation. Beast Nation right here did make this one. Kane has had a lot of great attires, a lot of scary attires. This one right here, it's that bright red that kind of like brings back when he first debuted. Still, dude, Kane, even now, I mean, he's managed to carry it throughout not necessarily when he was corporate Kane, but he's managed to carry this throughout all these years. And that kind of goes the same for his brother. Before we get into his brother though, I want to show you this one. This one is actually still one of my favorite Mattel ones that he's put out. I think like the whole thing when he had, because it was two long, yeah, it was two long, 4 security guards, whatever you want to call them. There was one on each side. So when he would come out, like they had him all restricted, all strained up. He went ahead and unmasked himself, and it was just scary, dude. Like seeing this guy coming down, making sure he didn't attack the crowd or any of his opponents prior to the match. Once he finally did get to the ring, they would unlock him. I don't know, dude. I really enjoyed how they did that. Undertaker, another one that has been great throughout all these years, from his debut till Ministry of Darkness to this day. This one right here, Ministry of Darkness, he did some crazy stuff. I mean, he hung a man. I think it was Big Boss Man. It was like a Hell in a Cell match. This one right here, this is when he got crushed. I think it was by Mabel. I think it was either King Mabel. I'm almost positive. But he went ahead and added this mask to it. Love this. This was the one match that I always wanted to see happen. Him between Crow Sting. Still my favorite Sting of all time. This one right here, not Surfer Sting, not what we saw when he took on Triple H at WrestleMania, but this is more of a fix-up. We've gotten this from the waist down from Mattel, but I went ahead and added the longer hairstyle. This is kind of like when you say Crow Sting, this is the first thing that comes to mind. And I did have to add the entrance jacket from the entrance. It was Defining Moments at that time. Added the title. Still, dude, best Sting ever. Love this one. Now, right here, I think I've talked a little bit way too much about AOP. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but some of the best figures. 2018, you guys are going to fit, I think, maybe in the top 10. I think AOP just might fit in there, which, by the way, it's literally right, but believe it or not, it is right around the corner. It's almost, tomorrow will be November, and it wouldn't be October without the Boogeyman. Well, I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Oh, dude, the accessories that came with this. Love this figure. You got the staff. You got this clock. This clock did come with like 3 breakaway glass pieces. I can't find, for the life of me, once I finally like used it how he did it in the entrance, when he would come out during his entrance and bash it over his head. I can't find it, man. But still, a nice little extra piece. And the overall figure, dude, the detail on the head scan, or not the tights, but the pants right there with all the scales and the worms. The man loved eating worms. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.